Namaste, Masters. Welcome to the session. So, every Saturday we listen to messages on breath. So, this is part of the breath series. So, in the breath series, various masters share their knowledge about breath, meditation, and its happening, and how important breath is for us, and how breath is the source, it is the medium for everything. So it is all about that. So welcome to the session. So I would request all of you to sit in meditation. So interlock your fingers, cross your legs, and close your eyes. Observe your beautiful natural breath that is occurring within you, that is flowing within you. Just observe it and go into deep states of meditation. So just observe your breath, how it is flowing inside of you. Relax your body completely and be with your breath. Through the breath, be with yourself. All we have to do is to observe our breath. If any thoughts are coming to you, keep coming back to your breath. Observe everything that is happening in your meditation, be it your experiences, your breath, or any thoughts. Just be in observation. Let's be in this moment with our breath. Let's enjoy this silence, this moment of being with ourselves. Keep observing your breath. Become one with your breath. Let's meditate with music now. Thank you. Last few moments. Slowly come back to your awareness. Last 4 minutes. Last 10 seconds. If you would like to continue your meditation, please be in meditation. And if you would like to come out of your meditation, keep both of your palms on your eyes. And while looking at your palms, slowly open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining this group meditation. So now coming on to the message. So today's message is on the topic experiencing oneself through breath. And it is given by Mahavatar Babaji. So the message goes as follows. Just close your eyes and be with yourself and listen to the message. So it goes as follows. The experience of experiencing is only possible through the opening of our inner realms. Connecting and realizing our inner realms does not mean isolating ourselves in the external realms. Rather, it is being with oneself and being in stillness. There is just a subtle difference between shutting everything off and being with oneself in the midst of life circumstances. This subtle difference can only be achieved by the observation of our source, the breath. So that is the message. I would like to read it once again. The experience of experiencing is only possible through the opening of our inner realms. Connecting and realizing our inner realms does not mean isolating ourselves in the external realms. Rather, it is being with oneself and being in stillness. There is just a subtle difference between shutting everything off and being with oneself in the midst of life circumstances. This subtle difference can only be achieved by the observation of our source, the breath. So, that is the message from Mahavatar Babaji on how we can experience ourselves with breath. So, he very beautifully, just summed everything up about how we can connect with our inner realms and how meditation or being with our breath, observing our breath, is not about completely cutting ourselves from our, our life situations or our life circumstances or whatever experiences that we have brought with ourselves in our lives. Meditation does not mean that we cut ourselves off from them, but rather meditation helps us to experience everything more deeply with much more awareness, and it helps us to celebrate and enjoy our life. So that's what I understood from his message. And like he has said, there's just a subtle difference between shutting everything off and being with ourselves while everything is happening all around us. And that is so important to do that, because one of the very core principles of PSSM is that we live in our life and at the same time we meditate. So we do everything uh, that is a part of our life, that is studying or doing our jobs or having a family. We do everything at the same time we meditate. So meditation is what helps us to maintain that to be in that middle path, right? So that aspect was being more detailedly explained to us by Mahavatar Babaji. And after reading the message, after receiving the message, one thing that I realized is the experience. I understood my experience more deeply through this message. So basically, I would like to just share it with all of you. So, whenever we go to spread meditation here in Faridabad, in to any village or to the schools, or I mean the group here in Faridabad, when they go and spread meditation in the area, in the Faridabad region or elsewhere, or whatever we experience while spreading meditation, it makes us realize much more deeply how much awareness we should have, or how we should manage our life, or how to balance everything. So when we go to spread meditation, we get various experiences on where we get to understand ourselves much more deeply. So through that we get to understand, that meditation is not just about previously there have been a lot of myths about spirituality and meditation, right? Um, that meditation or spirituality is absolutely we need to shut everything off, or cut ourselves off from to be spiritual or to do meditation. That's what we have heard. But now, while spreading meditation, we got to understand that life is actually a celebration, and there is so much to learn from our own life. That is why we have taken life here on earth, not anywhere else, not in other dimensions, but on earth, to actually be in such experiences. And while being in those experiences, we should learn that we should learn how to be with ourselves at the same time. So we have brought these experiences with ourselves to actually be spiritual and at the same time experience our lives. So that middle path we have to follow, like Patriji says, like Buddha says. So that we have to do that. And that is something we are all learning here. And that is the joy of our life, right? And we should celebrate our lives as much as possible. And another thing that I realized from this message is that I'm just sharing whatever I have realized through my experiences, that meditation helps us to actually experience. Otherwise, we are just in our thoughts, we are in our imaginations or our assumptions, and we are not experiencing the moment as it is. So meditation helps us to just be in that moment. So when we are in that moment, we get to celebrate. Like when we are in nature, we just experience, right? We don't think a lot, we don't or if we see a plant or a bird, they are just experiencing. They're not analyzing and comprehending, or uh, they're not very complex, they're very simple. They're very they're just connected with everything, and they're just going with the flow. So that's one more thing that I understood, that okay, through meditation I become much more simple, and I become simple on the thought level, or even in our lifestyles. And I don't add any tags to myself. Through meditation, I'm just experiencing, and at the same time I'm experiencing with awareness, I'm celebrating, I'm appreciating. So meditation opens to us so many doors. And if we look at the universe is also like that. It is very interconnected, very flowing. So that's what I experienced through this message, and I wanted to share it with all of you. So anybody else would like to share anything, please raise your hand and unmute yourself. Thank you. Yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Madhumitha ji, for a wonderful meditation and wonderful message. Um, Actually, the Buddha CEO founder Chandra Polomarsetti, he's visiting. He's doing multiple sessions, intro sessions and 2-day events in US, across US, right? He's going to be visiting actually Los Angeles. That's where I live. And we're doing a intro session on Friday and a 2-day manifestation workshop in Los Angeles. So, I was just wondering, right? I've been trying to promote, awareness, have people, attend this intro session, right? Both sessions are pretty much free. Yeah, so, but I kind of hesitate to some extent, I'm not, I've been practicing meditation. I came across Buddha CEO programs, 2 years ago at the beginning of pandemic. And if I look back, last 2 years, I probably spending 10, 15 hours every week in meditation or attending programs like this, listening to messages, sharing my experience, and all of this, right? But I'm not, I hesitate to some extent to to post in some groups, for example, like say, at work, I work with a lot of people, right? But I generally send the message only to, the close people, but, I hesitate to some extent, what would they think, I mean, yeah, so I was just wondering, I have some conflict in me, like why I'm trying to understand why I'm not, I hesitate to, let's say I have like, I don't know, in my iPhone, 500 people contacts local in LA. I should be free to sending to everyone in 500. It's up to them if they attend or not. But I was just wondering, why I have that hesitation. I know it's something that I need to figure out, right? But any thoughts anyone have, as you guys are promoting, meditation and reaching out to people that you don't know. I thought I would ask in this forum and see anybody has any advice.
Um, so I asked the same thing to Patriji because I hesitate a lot and I still hesitate. So I asked him so that what should I do when this hesitation when I hesitate. So he said that in Hindi he said अपनी मन की बात बोलो. So speak your heart, and he also said that speak your truth. He shared his experience that whenever he used to talk about vegetarianism to people, so others would tell him that no one would come and meditate if you speak about vegetarianism. But he said to me that even though people were saying such things, I still spoke about vegetarianism, and look how many relationships I have now. I have thousands and lakhs of relationships. So he just encouraged me to speak my truth, no matter what anybody is thinking, because he also said that communication is the basis of a relationship. So you have to speak whatever that comes to your heart without thinking what anybody else is what anybody else would do or react, or what someone else would think. So he just told me to speak my truth. So the same thing I asked with 3G. So yeah.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, that's really helpful. Okay, so just basically, reach out to the people based on my experience and not think too much about what they would perceive as or something, right? So,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much. Even when we are going to spread meditation, I often feel this hesitation, but I always try to remember what Patriji had said, and I try to overcome that fear of mine. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Hello, Srinivas sir. This is Ranjini here.
Oh, hi, Ranjini.
Yeah, since you had asked for others' opinion on this, I kind of think that part of the hesitation is because we don't want to be perceived as some part of some cult or something with our friends. Just because we experienced something nice, even though we feel like others should benefit, there is also a doubt within us whether we are going to be perceived that we are some kind of new cult or something. I think that is where the hesitation might be coming for you also. So I think if you can get over that fear about people labeling you or assuming something about you, I think you will be bold enough or free enough to share it with more colleagues, people outside of your thought level is what I think. Maybe initially even I was under the same doubt when I got into this newly. So you don't want to be convincing others or trying to pull others into this, but I think you can very well share your first whatever thoughts or messages if they are attracted to it, or if they want to try it, that is up to them. But as long as we don't keep on posting it, asking, did you look at it, did you read it, or if you don't go after it continuously bombarding them, I think once or twice you share and you leave it for them to try it, I think that will be much more helpful in reaching out to others. This is something I think will work out in your case. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you, madam. No, definitely, I see that, right? Uh, on one side, right, when I joined these initially, I came to know about these programs, through a friend, just a simple WhatsApp message. I registered and, without any expectations, right? And I find that to be very transformative. I came across, programs like this, for 3G's, many sessions, right? Shri and Dagar and others, so yeah, I was thinking, yes, I want to do the same, but then, like you said, if yeah, that hesitation is there because they associate me with some other thing. And yeah, I don't mind telling people that, yeah, I spend a lot of time with these programs and I strongly believe in, but yeah, I see that hesitation. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Yes, Lakshmi ji, please go ahead.
Hi, Madhumitha. This is Mridula.
Yes, ma'am.
So the reality is, in the Western world, meditation is not thought of as how we know it. Many people confuse that it's religious and it's some kind of something that goes against their faiths and beliefs. This is why I'm so particular on the WhatsApp group about, sharing the religious faiths, because there's already an opinion out there. I know many people that join are from India or Indian origin, but this message is being reached by people in the Middle East, people in Europe, people in USA that are not of Indian origin, not of the faith that are in India, or of this group, I mean. So if you belong to a different faith, I think, is meditation something that's taking them away from that faith? So I think Srinivas will know that that's a possibility here in USA. So that's somewhat deterrent, but we shouldn't be deterred, because as you joined and I joined, we find that it's open. It's open and free to everyone. It's not what we think that it is, misperceived or misperception, out there. Sometimes just starting a WhatsApp group and seeing who joins in, who's open, will start, the dialogue of meditation. And then people will realize it's not about the religion. It's about getting to know self. And you can be free to practice your religion, whatever that may be. So just something that I face here, in my day-to-day, that I think many people who do not have interaction outside of Indian community or of certain faith will not be aware of. So I just wanted to say that. And we shouldn't be feel restricted if we find something that helps us, and that's something that we get to know about the self. We should have it in us that we want to share that with whoever that comes across our path, and not have any hesitation, because it's helping us. If it helps us with an open heart, it'll help somebody else with an open heart also. So just my thoughts, Srinivas. So
Thank you, Mridulaji. Yeah, that's helpful.
Thank you. Yes, yes, Lakshmi ma'am, please go ahead.
Thank you for this session. I think Mridulaji, Ranjaniji, and you have covered certain aspects of what I was going to share anyway. She voiced it so beautifully. Which she said is the same thing. Some faiths, some cultures are not, they're born non-vegetarian. They don't know what vegetarianism is. I mean, that's their way of living. So I do mingle with a lot of other communities and people. So what I've learned is, if I start speaking them my path and my faith, they're going to shy away from me. So I conduct myself in such a way that they're attracted to me and they ask me, because then they look up to me. So then I become a beacon, a light. So let's say most of the white people, they're getting older. It could be anybody, any race. So I tell them, why don't you refrain from eating non-vegetarian today? Why don't you be with your breath? Baby steps, rather than saying a non-vegetarian is, himsa. I don't try to convert them. I'm at a certain age group where I'm going to be mingling with 50 plus and above. Most of them have some ailment. So when I'm mingling with them, I watch what they're saying and I say, okay, why don't you change your diet today and see how you feel? And then I say, okay, why don't you take this further and do this few times a week and see if it's doable? Or perhaps take this further and say if you can eat just fish, rather than saying this is good or bad, this is karma or non-karma, because they're not aware of it. And if I start doing this, they're going to completely cut themselves off from me. Like Murdulaji said, they'll think it's cultish, they think I'm crazy. So I started taking this in a different direction. And then they're agitated, they're tired. I'll tell them, why don't you be with your breath? Take deep breaths, take it slow, start with few minutes, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, increase it. And they start saying, oh my God, I'm feeling so good, I'm relaxed. So I take it increment, you increase it. So this has been my path. I tried like the other way before when I was younger. Now I started doing this way just because of my observations. Anyway, I just thought I'll share my 2 cents. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you all for your input, because it's the same. I agree with each and every one of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So one thing that I wanted to add is, despite where you're spreading meditation, when we are spreading meditation here in India as well, we have to be very aware of the background that people are coming from. We have to be respectful towards them. We have to consider and we have to empathize with them as well, because even here also, people are not very open to meditation. They have certain assumption about it. So we just simply talk about breath. We don't talk about anything else. We just talk about breath and how breath has helped us. We just share our experiences. So that is one simple formula that we have been following all along, that breath is everything. That is what we are trying to introduce to them. We are not giving any name to that as well. We're not even saying anapanasati meditation. We just tell them to observe their breath. That's it. Because mostly we have villages around here, and we are trying to go to the villagers or the village communities and spread meditation there. And when you're entering such a tight-knit community, when an outsider is going into that community, they are very conscious of you. So we just talk about very, very simple things, and that's how we introduce it to them. That one thing that we through a trial and error method, we reached to this point that we should only talk about breath. So that is the one of the experiences that we experience that we got. So yeah, I just wanted to share this as well. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yes, Sharda ma'am, please go ahead.
Hi, Madhumitha. Hello, masters. Namaste all. So thank you so much, Madhumitha, for coming up with another beautiful message regarding breath from Mahavatar Babaji. So in this meditation, now when we are collectively doing meditation, so received message from Mahavatar Babaji regarding Mother Earth. So I would like to share.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So this was the message. As there was no time to write for the middle message, so I remembered just for 2 minutes. I remembered what I received. I'm going to share that. Yeah. Hello. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
please.
yeah. Breath start when you are in the womb of your mother. You grow with your breath. You become one with the breath and your mother. When you come out, you think that you are separated from your mother, but you are still in the womb of Mother Earth. You're taking the breath, you're taking the food from her. You're still growing. When you become one with Mother Earth, just by observing the breath, you will grow, you evolve. Evolution happens with going deep into you and service. Service from body to soul unto all beings on the planet. Service is not confined to one category. Being compassionate to all beings, including animals, it's a great gift, great service you're doing from yourself. Now, for your evolution, it's time to do service with your inner journey. Service to Mother Earth. So yeah, this was the message, Madhumitha, and service is thank you so much. It's a gratitude to Babaji, and I took a gap because it was just flowing and I didn't write anywhere. I'm so sorry for the gaps, but yeah. So for Mother Earth, we have to share our energies. Like how to know it's what Mahavatar Babaji says is the time for contribution. The contribution, whatever we think from whatever we give us, the easy and the best way to contribute is to give our energies, our time. Now it's the time for service too, not only the sitting and meditating, not only the inner journey. Mahavatar Babaji said, we evolve with our inner journey and also the service. And he also specified that it is not confined to one category, so one division. It's for all beings, respecting, compassionate. When you show compassionate, automatically we feel love within us to that beings, mostly now the animal beings. So there is a big threat from all of us to other beings on the planet. So only with loving energies and only with being compassionate to them, and also the service to Mother Earth is the main purpose at this time now for the great shift that is going to happen. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you all masters, and I request to everyone. So whenever it is possible for you, sit and meditate. When you meditate, please contribute some of your energy, some of your time to Mother Earth to increase the vibrations, to be part in this great shift. This service to Mother Earth is a greater service to our mother. So as how I'm like I can't express it, how he compared in the womb, when we are in the womb of our mother, just by observing our breath, we grow our parts, we grow, and we become one with mother. How? As the mother takes food, we take that inside of the womb, and we grow only with the breath and becoming one with the mother. And generally I didn't get any thought that when we come out from when we got separate from the mother, we think that we are independent. But he clarifies here is we are still in the womb of Mother Earth. That is very profound, I think. And yes, the meditation is going on, and Nilima, she's the main motive to spread this, and she's sharing in all the groups here 3 hours of meditation to Mother Earth. She is contributing 3 hours, and yes, thank you, Madhumitha.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Very powerful message. Being with our breath, and by doing our inner journey, we are, contributing to Mother Earth. We are doing service to Mother Earth. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you. I request Nilima, whenever she wants, to share her journey. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes. Hi, Madhumitha.
Hello.
Thank you so much for speaking about the message on Mahavatar Babaji. The breath is the essential, the key to have this, even the prana, everything, breath is the only key. And thank you so much for sharing the message today. And thank you so much, Sarda Garu. When you're speaking about the message from Babaji, I felt as if you are not the one who is speaking, as if someone is speaking through you. So this is what even I felt. And yes, so dear friends, I would like to request every one of you, I believe every one of you know that I'm doing 3 hours of meditation, and today will be day 27. So so even if anyone adds your energy for a 1 minute with a positive intention to help for Mother Earth, that makes a great shift. And I also observe that it is really happening. The energies from the past 3 days are totally different to the energies which I have done from past 24 days. It's totally different. So I request every one of you to join, even for 1 minute of your time. And so this is not on Zoom. So if anyone can participate, individually with the intention to add your energy, that's it. And you can have your own specific music. You can sit wherever you are and just do this meditation. And this is in Germany time 9 to 12 o'clock, and UK time 8 to 11 o'clock, and India time, I know it's a bit different. It's from 12:30 to 3:30 a.m. But still, that was the Brahma Muhurtam that even at 3 o'clock which starts. So yeah, these are the timings, friends, and yeah, thank you. And thank you so much, Sarada Garu, because I know after every session you were writing me message. And I also can say that, friends, like when we are discussing, we are almost feeling the same energies, like whoever consciousness we feel, we are feeling the same. So yeah, I can totally see the shift. And yes, so this is what I thought of sharing and requesting you all. Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Madhumitha. Thank you for being.
Thank you. We will definitely join, and we will spread the word here in the Faridabad groups as well.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much, ma'am. Yeah, it's just like 14 days more. So whatever we do, it will be for the next 14 days. Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yes, Madhulaji.
Oh, I just beautiful messages from everyone, and loved hearing Sharda's message and your input, Nilima. So I also wanted to say many of the spiritual leaders that have talked about meditation for years and years and years, they are aware of when we better ourselves. What happens is our inner world changes, and that's what Neil Donald Walsh always says, and other people, like Eckhart Tolle and Adyashanti, Pema Chodron. I mean, you name it, you can go across the whole gamut of all the spiritual teachers all across the world, all different backgrounds, all different religions. They say when we change ourselves, when we change the inner world, then we change the outer world around us. And then when whoever like us, we're changing each other by talking and meditating, and then we're telling other people, and then so on and so on. It's like a big ripple effect. So when we are truly inspired and of kindness and goodness, this will definitely help be kind and conscious of our planet to our Mother Earth. So it's just wonderful. And, as Srinivas, going back to him, where do we start? See, we start here. We start with one person, maybe two people. That's enough. Once you change your vibration, the next person next to you is also changed. So that's the best part about all this. And that's why it's so important. I think we need to share and find the comfort to do that. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah.
So, Madhumitha, we end the session now?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Thank you.